It's been a while since I've done one of my weird, unhinged, ridiculous intros, hasn't it? Oh my gosh, that took so much out of me, and I don't even think I did that right. Alright, and we're back. If you're new here, hi, I am Crystal the Cottage Witch. I've been practicing witchcraft and the occult for about 27 years in total, and on this channel we go tips, history of things, folklore, the who's, what's, where's, why's, and how's of witchcraft to help advance your craft. And if you've been here for a while, welcome back. Today's video is going to be something that I have not done yet on this channel, and I am so freaking excited to do it, you have no idea. Today's video is going to be a reaction... Wait, can I try that again? A reaction video! That is not what I meant to do. I want to go... I can't... Whatever, a reaction video. Now, as a witch, I'm sure most of you guys could probably relate to this. As gifts, I get a lot of witchy t-shirts, and I love them. I love them as gifts, and I love all the ones that I received. And obviously there are some that, I have bought, especially since, being out of the broom closet, it felt very freeing for me to be able to kind of like incorporate my lifestyle. I know not everyone will agree with that, but it just felt so freeing not have to hide anything of what I liked. I could wear what I liked. But I had seen an ad for like one witchy t-shirt, and I was just kind of like, what? So I thought it'd be a fun video to kind of, as a witch, I mean, like, obviously any of you guys could do this too if you guys wanted to, but I wanted to kind of rank and rate witchy t-shirts. Some people might wear without like a second thought. Others might, kind of look past it and be like, oh, why are we advertising this? Okay. And seeing things about witchcraft kind of helps spur me. It's kind of like that soundboard thing, because when I'm done with work and I'm staring at my phone, my mind kind of blanks sometimes, and everything that I want to talk about just kind of like leaks out. And I've had a very long day, so I figured that, this is something I wanted to do anyway, because I kind of want to see how many witchy t-shirts there are out there. And I figured I'd share it with you guys. That way we could talk about them in the comments. If you like them, if you don't like them, nothing is affiliated with me. There's no promotion from any of these links whatsoever. Part of the reason why seeing some witchy t-shirts is why I decided to design my own. This isn't a promo to buy any of my shirts or anything else like that. That's not what it is. But I had made kind of simpler witchy t-shirts because of some of the shirts that I had seen online. Because if you may or may not know, I only have one day off to do everything. I just got out of work. It is, getting dark, just about to be dark, because now I work on Saturdays too. And I have to finish fading out my hair so I could dye it like rainbow colors. If I have the energy to do it, I might just cheat and be lazy and just do it all dark, but that's no fun. That's no fun. Plus, I am taking my friend's little nephew for his first ever paranormal investigation. If you may or may not know, I'm also a paranormal investigator. And my friend's little nephew has always wanted to go on one. So I'm trying to conduct a teenager-friendly paranormal investigation for him, and charge equipment and plan out like a good space for him to be in. And he already knows the ins and outs, but he is so excited, and I'm so excited because I love being there for when people have their first ever paranormal investigation. He already knows it's not like YouTube. He already knows it's not like TV or anything like that. But I gotta go through all my equipment and get equipment. Whatever. We're moving on from that. So I, myself, like I said, have a lot of witchy t-shirts. Let me show you some of them. Now, the point is, I have a lot. A lot of them were gifts. Some of them I have bought. Some of them I don't even remember where I got them from. And those are just t-shirts. I have more in hoodies and long sleeve shirts and mini sweatshirts and even more in t-shirts that are just probably not clean and in the hamper. But some witch shirts that are out there are kind of different, unique. And I thought it'd be a fun reaction video to kind of go through them and kind of rate them and rank them and kind of see, in my opinion, this is all just my opinion, you know what I mean? Which ones I really like and which other ones are kind of like, but this is all in good fun. If you agree with me, awesome. If you don't agree with me, awesome. That's what makes us all beautiful, that we're all different. We all have different views and opinions. So who knows? We might learn something out of this. And you might be like, what can you learn out of a witchy t-shirt? You never know. You never know what they might say. All right, so let's do a scene change. And you know what? Let's do it in my room. Let's get nice and comfy and cozy on my bed. Well, I'll be comfy and cozy on my bed while you guys watch. Let's just do another really awkward scene change. Okay, bye.
Am I doing it? Is this working? Do I look cool? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to use green screen. I'm so sorry.
Alright, so like looking for witchy shirts, where do most people look? Amazon, I would think, right? I don't know if that's like a good one to start with. Like I wanted to start with Google, but I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Amazon. I'm going to put screenshots of everything that I'm looking at. That way we could kind of look at them together. Oh, I should probably move over one way. We'll cover my, this side. And I'll put the screenshots up on this side. Guess we'll start with like Amazon first. What should I just put in? Witchy t-shirts? Or witchy shirts? I'm just going to do witchy shirts. We're not discriminating against just t-shirts. Oh, the first pop-ups that I see are like faith ones. Jesus loves you, trust in the Lord, faith over fear. Okay, not exactly what I'm looking for, but to each their own. Let's see what we got. Oh, here's the first one. Okay. I love the picture. I love the font. It's a group of witches all holding hands, and it has like the type font over it that says, "Girls will be girls." I do really, really like that one. However, witches just aren't girls. It's witches gender neutral. You know what I mean? I do really like it, but I wish it was a little bit more inclusive. I do like it, though. I love like that old art style. I do really like that shirt. Again, remember, these are all my opinions, you know? This doesn't mean that one shirt is better than the other. What is this one? Witches be crazy. You know, that one's... I'm pretty sure I had this shirt. I think I finally donated it, though. It's, you know, it's whatever. It's... meh, to me. Witches be crazy. It's a funny saying. I get it, but I don't know if I would want that on a t-shirt. But that's just me. Oh, then we have the classic witchy woman. Would I wear that? Could you wear that? I don't know. Again, it's very just female based. If you're a woman or if you identify as a woman, would you wear that? I don't know. I might wear that one. I'm pretty sure, again, I had one of those given to me. Again, I don't know where it is, though. What is this one? Oh, this is one of those, live by the sun, love by the moon, which is like a very popular spiritual saying in the essence of, during the day, we're guided by the light. You know what I mean? We live by the sun. We do our day-to-day. The sun is bright and full of passion, but the moon is when our dreams come to life. You know, the sun is seen to be more of like the straight and narrow, where the moon is full of like more whimsy and desire, more emotion filled. I do like that the triple moon that's on this one. And I like the sleeves. This one is a long sleeve hoodie one. Alright, that one's, I don't know, out of 10 I would give that one like a 5. Oh, what would I give the other ones? Alright, the girls will be girls. I do really I love the art style. I love the picture of it. Like that type of art style I love, so it automatically makes me biased towards it. I do like it. I just wish, again, it was more like inclusive. So I'd probably give that one like a 7 out of 10, just because like I really like the art style and the font style. Then the Witches Be Crazy. I don't know. I'd probably give that one like a 4.5 out of 10. Just my preference. The Witchy Woman. That one could go either way. That one was a 5 for me. But the Live by the Sun, Love by the Moon one with like the long sleeves and stuff like that, that one I would probably give like a 7. I really do like that design. Oh, then we have the classic Witch Please. It's the same thing as like Witches Be Crazy. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I had the same exact shirt too once upon a time. If someone got it for me, I would wear it. It's neither hate it nor love it. Oh, this one I love with the triple goddess. Pretty sure it's supposed to be Hecate. Some of them I can't tell if it's just like a generic, because some of them aren't true to the mythology of her. And she's in different pantheons too as well. But I do really, really like that shirt. That one I would give a 9 out of 10. That one I really, really like. Oh, there's another one too. This one's in a tarot card. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. I would wear the crap out of that one. That one's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for that one. Totally would. Would you guys wear that one? I would wear that one. A lot of these are female. Oh, mine is, that's because I'm looking up witchy shirts for women. All right, let's just look up witchy shirts. Here I am, like, making remarks and stuff like that. It's like, it's all about women. I'm the problem. There we go. Oh, Midnight Margaritas, Practical Magic reference. I love that movie. I used to watch that movie with my mom all the time. Nostalgic for me. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Such a classic scene. Oh, this one's a love with a pentacle as the O. I do like that one. I would wear that one. I would wear that one. It's very plain, so probably like a 6.5. I'd give that one like a 6.5. This one is a 10. This one is a 10. I love this one. They didn't burn witches. They burned women. Well, not even all of them were burned. It was depending on where they were located. Because being burned was, what was it? Heresy, I think it was. So depending on what empire you were, you either hung, stoned, drowned, tortured to death, but they weren't really burned, you know. That wasn't as common, but I love that one. I don't love the message of it, but I like the awareness of it. They didn't burn witches. They burned women and men and children. That one would be a 10 out of 10. That sounds so weird. I hope you understand what I mean. I really hope you understand. This sounds terrible. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just keep sage that. I do like that one. I know everyone has different views on like white sage. White sage isn't endangered. However, the act of smudging in itself is sacred to Native Americans. There was some issues with like some poachers a few years ago, I think before COVID hit, and it sparked this giant rumor that sage was endangered, which it's not. You can even check it up on the endangered species list for herbs. Sage isn't endangered. Some Native Americans, they don't care if you use, white sage. It's just the act of smudging in itself. Smudging in itself is a Native American sacred ceremony. Most of the sage, well, I have gotten some like as gifts. I've gotten like some that are like mixed bundles, but the sage that I bought, because I go to like a lot of powwows because I'm all on Native American land. That's where I get mine from. They sell it there. So I'm not sure if it's like that everywhere else, but you could use other smoke cleansing techniques, not smudging. Smudging is considered a closed practice because it is a certain type of ceremony. It's not just burning herbs and wafting around. That's not smudging. Oh, I like this one. Bad Witches Club. Why be a princess when you could be a queen? I like the font. I like that kind of font. I think it's funny. They have Ursula on it. The evil queen from Snow White. Does anyone actually know her name in the Disney movie? Does it even say her name like in the classic cartoon? I have a computer in front of me. You think I'd look it up? No. And Maleficent. Misunderstood characters. Well, except for maybe the evil stepmother. She never got more backstory into her. I do like that one, though. That one I would give a 7.5 out of 10. Oh, and then we have a classic witchy vibes with the witch's hat and the broom. Very basic, gets the point across. If you want to advertise, like, who you are, I would give that one, I don't know, a 4 out of 10. Again, just my preference. Oh, there's a little witch in all of us. Another one from Practical Magic. Classic movie. Again, nostalgic. 10 out of 10 automatically. And I do agree with that. I feel like everybody has a little bit of something, even if they're not aware of it. Oh, what's this one? Premium Potions and Elixirs, the Black Cat. Oh, and from anything that's Salem, I'm biased towards because I am from New England. I go to Salem quite often. I took my classes there. Well, not all of my classes, but my classes there under a very well-known witch in Salem. I'm still part of a lot of events. I haven't gone in a few years, but for some dumb supper things, for the witches' circles, some things like that, I'm still heavily part of and work with. So Salem always has a special place in my heart, though sometimes I do have conflicted feelings about it. But anything with Salem automatically is a 10. The vibe is completely different over there. It's very welcoming. It's that old-time New England-like feel. It could just be very welcoming to me because I've been part of that community for so long. I don't know, but I love it over there. Oh, then there's like a witchy AF shirt. Oh my gosh, how many are there? Same thing with like the witchy vibes, witchy woman. Give those like a 4. I like this one. I have a crystal for that. I feel very called out because I also collect crystals. Like it's not part of even just like my witchy practice. I've always collected like rocks and crystals as a kid. So I thought it was so cool that my name was Crystal and all these things are crystals. So I was always into it. And like, even as a kid, I feel like most of you guys could probably agree with this or, you know, relate to this as much as you can. In the very beginning, you're drawn to, you know, being outside, collecting rocks, collecting sticks, you know, putting all different leaves together and making like all your potions and ingredients and just, you know, getting to be one with nature or a certain type of element that you're near. If you're, you know, near the water, maybe you were by the water more. If your family had a fire pit and always had like cozy nighttime fires, maybe that is something that you resonate with more. But I feel like we all had one element that we super connected with as a kid that kind of helped shape our practice now. I know everyone's all like, oh, you go outside and it's nature, but I always feel like it's just one specific element because some people aren't very nature-based. Some people are very much water-based. Some people are very much fire-based. Some people are very much storm-based. Some people are very much wind, and they were always like thinkers and poets, and maybe they liked the fae. There was always something for everybody, but I love crystals. I still love crystals. I do use them in my practice. I actually use a lot of them for the heart of my spells, to continue to power spells, which like I said before, I said in another video, I don't see like a lot of spell videos on that. So I might make a video on that because you always want to make a heart for your spells, something that continues the energy. That way, you know, the energy doesn't die out unless it's like that type of spell and you want the energy to die out. Oh, I love this one. I love the art on this. It's like a whole bunch of witches in like watercolor. Oh, the art, the colors are beautiful. I wear a lot of black, but I love bright colors. That's why normally my hair is like a bright color. Oh, I'm getting excited. My accent's coming out. I'm not sorry, but like I'm sorry that you have to hear it. Wow, there's a lot of those girls will be girls. I do love the artwork for all of them. Salem Apothecary, 10 out of 10. Automatically 10 out of 10. Oh, this one's a twofer. They didn't burn witches, they burned women. They didn't ban books, they banned thinking. I love being a witch and reading, so that one is a 20 out of 10 for me. A lot of these are beautiful artwork, like tarot and trees and black cats and like mushrooms and things like that. I would still wear them. I like that like style of artwork. They even have like a Freya tarot one. That one's beautiful. All different ones in like tarot forms. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like that kind of artwork. I love how this one's like mixed in. It's a picture of Maleficent and it says, "It's not me, it's you." I like that one. Oh, they have one for the Sanderson Sisters Witches Museum, but it's like tie-dye. So like it doesn't fit. I almost didn't recognize it as like a witchy shirt because it's like all like summer colors tie-dyed. All right, you know, we're all giant Hocus Pocus. Well, I'm a giant Hocus Pocus fan. Did you guys see the second one? What did you guys think of the second one? I personally, the first time I watched it, I was kind of really disappointed with it. I thought it kind of like tried too hard to modernize it to a very specific current time, but you know, that's just me. I liked the message that it tried to convey, but I was kind of disappointed. I kind of wanted a little bit more from it, but that's, you know, that was just me. But then the second time I watched it, I was like, you know what? It's not that bad. Nothing beats the original, but you know, maybe I'm just nostalgic because I grew up with that movie. Oh, here we go. Soul of a Witch, Heart of a Hippie. I feel like this is very, I don't know how to word this because I don't mean this as an insult. I'm trying to use it as like a reference, but I feel like the way I say it is going to sound like an insult, and that is not how I mean it. I feel like this is the witch's equivalent of shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Does that make sense? I feel like this is the witch's equivalent of that saying. That is not my personal cup of tea, but I'd give that one like a 3.5 to a 4. I do have like a lot of stuff that would say like hippie witch and stuff on it, but obviously I don't wear that. Yeah, and these are just my opinion. Oh, I like this one. Nature is my church. It seems like kind of contradictory to me. I'd probably put like nature as like my temple or something like that. But I would still wear it. I love moths. Moths are my favorite. Well, moths and bats. I like the nocturnal winged flying things. I like that picture on it. I would give that one like a 6.5 out of 10. Oh, then we got like the work your magic. I see those hands and those moons everywhere. Everywhere. I'm kind of personally sick of seeing them. That is me. For me, I don't really like that style. A lot of the shirts that I wear, like I do have like a lot of my witchy shirts that I wear, but I also wear like a lot of horror themed or cryptid themed or paranormal themed because I incorporate both my lifestyle of being a paranormal investigator as well as being a witch. Plus I like fluttery clothes too and like funny nerdy stuff. So I'm kind of just sick of seeing those same hands on every single shirt or cloth bag or tapestry or printed on candles or on stickers. I see it everywhere, and I just kind of want to see something different. Oh, I like the oh, I hate this one. I hate this one. I was thinking earlier, I was like, wow, we haven't run into like any really like bad ones. I hate this one. So it's a tarot card, and it's a woman standing there, and I love the artwork of it, but then it says, Salem, 1692. They missed one. I hate this. I personally hate this. A bunch of innocent people died. A lot of people think it has to do with political. If you look into the history of New England, and especially Salem, if you look at the people who were tried in the trial and the people convicting them and their ties to everybody, it unravels like a very political plot, as well as over land. Then there was, of course, the assumptions of ergot or ergo. It's a certain kind of mold that grows on, I think it's rye bread. That could have caused hallucinations, or, these people had some herbal basis and knowledge, but they were just innocent people, just murdered and killed. They weren't actually like how these things portray them to be, like witches shooting laser beams and withering crops. You know what I mean? Like that was just a huge, huge exaggeration, but these were people who had families, who had to endure real freaking torture, who were starved, who were subjected to terrible things. Their family, their friends, their whole where they lived turned against them. I personally don't like these, but that's me. That's why I won't wear them. I don't care if anyone else wears them, but I'm just stating my reasons as to why I wouldn't wear this one. They missed one. I don't know, just really think about everything that you know of the torture and terrible things that happened to these people, and just think about the shirt. There's also a store in Salem too. I think it's right on Essex Street, which is if you've ever been to Salem, it's that main cobblestone street. So depending if you're walking from the Bewitched statue across the street, then it would be on the left-hand side. And if you're going to be walking towards the Bewitched statue and you have to cross the street, then it would be on the right-hand side. But it's I got stoned in Salem, and it's all stuff about Giles Corey, who was pressed to death, and his most famous last words were "more weight," because he never, confessed to being a witch. And, everything is legalized now, so they incorporate cannabis with it. And the font on everything is really cool looking. So I was like, oh, is it cool? I really like that font. What does this shirt say? And then I was kind of like, oh, that's not for me. It might be for someone else, but that's not for me. Apparently, according to my ancestry, I also had descendants in Salem too. A part of my family came from Salem. It's on the same side. Well, my family history apparently is crazy. I did my ancestry, and I also did the DNA thing after I did the ancestry, because I was like, I want to see how much of this lines up, because I knew nothing about my mother's side of the family, nothing. And, I heard stories, and I was like, yeah, no way, this is true. I gotta, look this in. I just can't go from hearsay. And according to both ancestry and the DNA, which I know you could take the DNA with a grain of salt, it is true, and it's actually pretty crazy, and it explains so much, I guess. If you think about it from a subjective point of view, makes sense to who I am I don't know how to word that. All right, let's continue looking at shirts, because I'm talking about nothing. Oh, I like this one, Squad, with the Sanderson sisters on it. Oh, I do like that one. That one I would give a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I like that one. Wow, this one has a whole thing on it. I am a witch. I do not fly. I do not eat babies. I do not have warts. I do not worship the devil. And I am not going to hell. But thanks for asking. I wish you well. I like the message that's on it. You know what? I would wear that. I would wear that. There's a lot of weird misconceptions with witchcraft. Half of it isn't any of these things except for hell and the devil. But, I would wear that. I would give that one a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Again, that's just my preference. I kind of wish it would be on the back instead of the front, because then people have to get close kind of to your face and just be like, what does your shirt say? What does that say? I don't want people that close to me. I like my personal space. Okay, I do like this one. This one might ruffle some feathers. Don't tell me how to be a witch. If I wanted rules, I'd go to church. I do like that one only because some people, everyone's practice is completely different, right? And on this channel, you know, I urge you to make your own practice. I share my experience and my opinions or beliefs on certain things and how I do them, but then I try to give you as much as a broad prospect of as I can. Not prospect, you know what I mean. Because I believe that everyone's practice is completely different. Like, yes, there are certain guidelines and like rules to witchcraft and working and doing certain things, but there is not one witch that is better than every single one that knows one about every single practice, and people try to put off their practice as how you should practice and their beliefs as that is the only law. And I personally can't stand that. I can't stand that. We don't learn if we don't try different things. And what works for somebody may not work for everybody else, because that's how you want to do it and you want to stay in that practice and you want to stay in a comfort zone and not move or grow. That's not on anybody else. You know, maybe you should try doing something different. I don't believe in completely dictating someone else's practice. That's just not me. Maybe because I'm like a cliche Aquarius. My sun sign's an Aquarius, and I feel like I'm a very stereotypical Aquarius. I feel like I am very stereotypical Aquarius. Whenever someone asks me my sun sign, I'm like, oh, I'm an Aquarius. They're like, oh, that makes sense. So I think that's a good thing. I'm hoping. You don't know everyone's own personal experience with a zodiac sign. Some people, they'll have something against one zodiac sign and they'll take it out and be like, oh, I dated a Gemini once. F all Gemini. What is this one? In my spooky era. I've been in that for over 30 years. I do like that one. 10 out of 10. I would wear that one. I'm really like sad that we're not running into any really cliche ones. I feel like this video is kind of boring now. Oh, we wish you a merry winter solstice. I would wear that one. I don't know why the pentagram's inverted, but whatever. That's fine. Oh, is it? Oh, it's in the wreath, so it's a pentacle. I would still wear that one. It just seems like very quick printed for like a holiday. So I'd probably give that one a 4 out of 10. Then we have one that says Coven with the same moons and crystals and print design. I see it everywhere. I see it everywhere. Like, that would be cute, you know. I would probably wear that with like maybe a group of my friends, or, you know, if I ever get married someday and we have like one of the parties, I'd probably make Coven shirts. My store that I make my t-shirts out of, they have like the cottage coven on it. I just don't like that crystal design, but that is my personal preference. There is some with a lot of gorgeous artwork on this, like women just standing there wearing the hats or wearing like flowy clothes on top of the shirt. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Oh my gosh. I do like this one, you know, is relatable, but it's also, again, these are my opinions. I do like this one. I've had this shirt before, but I also feel like it's kind of cringe, but it depends if you want to embrace your cringe or not. And this is my opinion that it is cringe. You know, I worn this and I, you know, embraced the cringe. But in my defense, there was a full moon and I was left unsupervised. This makes me think of the equivalent of the but first coffee of the witch's world. And that is also something that I do go by because I need coffee to function. I don't know, like I've had this one 6 out of 10. I just don't like the unsupervised part. It makes you feel like, you know, witches are meant to be wild. Let us be wild. We don't need to be supervised. You know, that's the only thing I don't like. That's the part that makes it cringe. Makes it look like you don't have a control over yourself and someone needs to watch you. We're meant to be wild. We could be tamed. Mostly. But witches are meant to be wild. My opinion. Oh, here's one. In a world full of princesses, be a witch. Oh no, I do kind of like that one. When you guys were younger, did you guys have any movies that you really liked and that you really wanted to be like? Because the only thing I can remember that I felt connected to was Wendy the Witch from Casper. But I did like Belle from Beauty and the Beast because, like, I loved reading and I wanted that library. But, like, for me personally, there was no princesses that, like, I wanted to be after, or princes. There was nothing like that for me. I saw Wendy the Witch and it was, like, everything. Like, I was already doing that kind of stuff, like, you know, pretending because I'd seen other movies and TV shows and, like, read stuff in books. But after I saw Casper and Wendy the Witch, I was just like, yes, this is my idol. I was already at that point wearing my witch's costume everywhere. I showed it in another video, but there's like pictures of me going to the mall, going to the movies, going to McDonald's, just in my witch's outfit because I would wear it 24/7. So maybe I'm not the best judge of witchy t-shirts. Oh, this one's cute. Salem Local Witches Union. I like the print on that with all the brooms crossed. Oh, I have crossed brooms on my shirt. It has the witch's hat. I do like that one. That one's a 9 out of 10. Well, no, it's kind of a 10 out of 10 because, again, it's Salem. I'm biased. I'm so mixed about Salem, but it has such a weird place in my heart. Oh, this one is like all hippie font. It says in my witchy era. You know what? That's fine. If it's just an era for you, you know, if that's what you want to refer to it as, go for it. Find yourself, discover yourself, try something new. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll stick with it. Maybe you won't. That's fine. Give that one a 6 out of 10. This one isn't witch related, but I love this one. It says I left my coffin for this. I love that one. Again, because I like spooky and horror and paranormal stuff. Like that one's a cringe one, and I love it. I'm aware that it's cringe. Oh, I like this one. This one's very simple. It just says toil and trouble. I would wear that one. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Very simple. I'm trying to either find classic ones or ones that I haven't seen before. Because again, a lot of them are that same handprint and crystals print. Oh, goddess vibes. We're all goddesses and gods. Hell yeah. That one's a 20 out of 10. Feel yourself. Rock yourself. I like that one. Oh, the thick thighs. Witch vibes. I dig that one. I like that one. That one's a 9 out of 10. Oh, here's one. Go smudge yourself. I had like a painting thing that I had of that forever ago. You know, I do like that shirt. I do like the aspect of it. But again, it kind of goes back into what we were talking about before. Like, it's just a t-shirt, but some people feel very, very, very strongly about, you know, the sacred ceremony of smudging. Again, just lighting some herbs and burning them and waving it around isn't the same thing as smudging. That's just basic smoke cleansing. Smudging is a sacred Native American ceremony. But like, I also don't like the design of the shirt, but that's just me. That's my personal preference. I don't really like it. Just me. Found one. Oh my gosh. This one, I do really love. I love the essence of it, but it is so overused at this point for t-shirts. I feel like every one of us has one of these, or had them at some point, or had a sticker that said this, or had a poster, or had like a little bag via crystals that just had something that said this at some point. Stay Wild, Moonchild. I feel like this is the equivalent. This is the witch's version of Live, Laugh, Love. You know, it is the very basic, spiritual, all-encompassing format of it. Like, I feel like it is very, very, very common in like witchy t-shirts. Does that make sense? Again, it sounds like I'm insulting all of these. I don't mean that like an insulting way. I'm just trying to make like a reference for it, you know, in like comparison. I don't know if this makes sense to I really hope this makes sense, and I really hope I'm just not sounding like such like an asshole. So many of the same ones, just with like different fonts, so I'm just skipping through those. Work your magic. Again, the same hands and moons and sun symbols. I agree that you should always work your magic, but like, I just don't like that art style. That is me. That is me. I think it's because like, as soon as like witchcraft kind of took off again, that art style was like everywhere. And like, people who would just get into it, they would like, you know, explain to me how when they were just, you know, they have just started there like a few months into their practice, or maybe a year into their practice. And, you know, they would come up to me without knowing how long I've been practicing, and like, you know, all the different paths and stuff that I've studied and different mentors that I worked with throughout the decades. And they would just try to explain something so basic to me, but just, and like, I don't mean this in a mean way, but they had just learned it from TikTok, and just, it was just recycled information that was recycled incorrect information. And they all had clothes like this as they did it. And I feel like that just like stirred something inside of me, where I was just kind of like, please don't be going around saying things like this. Like, witchcraft is finally like, you know, it's okay to be a witch. Don't have to make us go back into the broom closet because of this weird stuff. I feel like that's my issue with this. I sound like such a jerk. I'm not a jerk. I swear I'm not a jerk. I'm just being blunt. I'm being open. I'm being honest. I don't know how to word it without like, you know, just saying it how it is, or like how I feel about it. I don't really care like what anyone wears or what anybody says, but it's just when you're advertising certain things that in some places it is still very dangerous to come out as a witch. You know, it's still very much dangerous. You know, everyone thinks that the witch hunts are over. The witch hunts aren't over. They're still very active in a lot of places. And if you actually check the news for it, you'll find of where people are still being, sadly, like, for, you know, being considered a witch, and people get harassed for, you know, being a witch. So I think it's very important with being aware of what you're saying and the information that you're saying and actually look into it before you're announcing it or trying to dictate it to other people. That's where my main issue is. You know, that is my issue. That's what makes me upset. Because someone could just be starting and learn something that I haven't and, you know, want to talk to me about it. And that's awesome. I just don't like the recycled opinions and viewpoints that are like the opinions of others from a viewpoint that is incorrect and not even a correct. I'm not even going to go into it. I'm not even going to go into it. I want my community to be a safe space, but I also just want you guys to question a lot of things. Question me, question the things that you read, question everything. Try to learn, try to adapt, try to think of other viewpoints, because once you start looking into everything with witchcraft, it makes you understand your craft a lot better and see that flow in everything. If someone says something, check into it for yourself, research it yourself. Those just don't take a 30-second video and hold that as gospel, I guess. That sounded so weird to say. Oh, I like this one. I like this one. Oh my gosh, it's so messed up that I just said all this stuff and I found this one and it made me laugh. Oh my gosh, I'm a hypocrite. I'm going to put it up on screen now. Go ahead, you can judge me. Oh my gosh. This one has all the witches throwing a guy into like a cauldron and it just says, bruh. That one made me laugh. I do like that. It made me laugh. I know, I was just talking about cliches. It made me laugh. It made me laugh. I'm going to be 1,000% honest. You see me laugh. It made me laugh. That just makes me look like such a hypocrite. I just was not expecting that. I read it in that brah, you know what I mean? That brah voice. Oh! Oh, then we have like a classic Wiccan shirt, blessed be. You know, that started from, I don't even know which branch of Wicca, because there's multiple different branches of Wicca. But I don't know if it was Gardanian or not. But now it's basically like universal for all forms of witchcraft, even if people don't consider themselves Wiccan, because Wicca was prominent when most people were learning their craft in like the 90s and 2000s. And it's still kind of prominent today. It's definitely not as bad as it was, but you know, as above, so below, as within, so without, as within the soul, so is the universe, or no, as in with universe, as in my soul. 8 words the Wiccan creed fulfill, and it harm none, do what ye will. Ever mind the rule of, like all that stuff, that's all from Wicca. Wicca is a religion. Witchcraft in itself is a practice. There is no religion tied to it. You could add in your own deities or work whatever pantheon you choose, but a lot of that stuff comes from Wicca, you know? A lot of people just still say it, you know, it's still considered to be Wiccan, but a lot of people kind of broke that mold around it. I just don't like the style of the shirt, but, you know, 5 out of 10 for me. Oh, we got this one. Witch, woman in total control of herself. I do like that one. They need to think of one for like men though too, and like other aspects of it. So what would men be? Like witch, water? What? Warrior in total control of himself. Some men still go by warlock. It's not very common though, warlock, because warlock was considered to mean a breaker of oath. Some people still refer to themselves as wizards. So, but I don't know if that could work. I don't know. We got to think of like a new slogan, because there's a lot of like female base, which is, you know, fine for like the females and those who identify as that. But like we got to make it all conclusive. We got to come up with like a slogan for the guys in the comments and for people who are like non-binary, so everyone could have like their own slogan for something. There's so many tarot card ones. Oh my gosh. I love them though. I love tarot cards, but still. This is the most hated one. I hate this one. This one's a negative 20 out of 10 for me. Oh, I hate this one. I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this one, but I hate this saying and this shirt so much. I'll give you 5 seconds to try and guess what it is and comment it down below. I hate this one. I hate it. It is. We are the granddaughters of the witches you could not burn. I hate it! I hate it so much! Ugh! Again, remember, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. It does not have to be yours, but I personally cannot stand that saying. I cannot stand that saying. I understand what they're trying to say. Like, I understand the message of it. But again, it is... I kind of find that one distasteful in a way. Again, because of, well, one, so much about the shirt doesn't make sense logically. I understand what they're trying to say. Like, I'm being nitpicky now. I know, but it's just because I hate the shirt so much, and I hate the saying so much. But you wouldn't be the granddaughters of them, you know, at quite a few years. For most cases, you know, there are, like I said, active witch hunts still going on to this day. But again, not all witches were burned, and a lot of these were just innocent people or just cunning folk, people who understand like herbs or whatnot, or something that made them different and something that made them stand out. Basically, you know, a few could escape trial depending, because like this is going over like Scotland and the Roman Empire and like in places in Africa and the UK, obviously in New England, like all across Europe. You know, witch trials happened all over. But in a lot of the cases, if you were convicted as a witch, you either survived by confessing and passing like the torch of torture basically to someone else and pinning the blame on someone else, or you were somehow found innocent. And again, not all of them were burned. A lot of them weren't burned. These were all innocent people. They were all innocent people who were living a very hard life during a very hard time. And it's been glamorized. It's been freaking glamorized. I don't get it. Like, I know it's trying to turn something dark into something more positive, but I think that's why I like that they didn't burn women, even though, again, it wasn't like crazily common, but they burned women. They burned innocent people. That's why I think I like those too, because it's a reminder of that fact. And it is something that is still going on. But those ones, I don't like. I don't like those type of shirts. I don't like glorifying all these people that were killed for no reason. It was like a fad to like just pick on your neighbors, not like pick on your neighbors, but to like blame who for whatever. And if you somehow miraculously survived the torture, in most cases were designed to kill you if you were innocent, you were found guilty and then killed anyway. And then most of the people who did survive that is just because they passed the blame on to somebody else, which is a survival instinct. If you're being tortured, it's hard to say whether or not you would be able to pass it, because then if they kept passing the torch for so long, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a survival game at that point, which I get, but I don't know. I hate those shirts. Like, really think about it. Just, I understand what they're trying to say in those, like the message that they're trying to convey, but I can't stand them. I can't stand it. That's like the glamorizing of certain things because it seems like it's edgy and cool to announce that you're a witch. I don't know. I don't like them. I don't like them. You could like them. You could wear those shirts. That's totally fine. This is me personally. I don't wear them because they don't align with my belief. I don't care if you have your own and you wear them. I'm not going to wear them. It's about me. I don't even want to look at it anymore after that. Sorry, I just got so worked up over that. Oh my god. Again, those are my beliefs. You don't have to agree with me. Were there any that you really like that I didn't like? Leave them down below. Or if there's any that like I didn't come across and that you've seen before and you have your own views on opinion you really like or you really don't like. If you have any of these shirts, you know, that's whatever. I'm just saying what I don't like, what I wouldn't wear. For me, personally, what I wouldn't wear. I hope this is making sense because I feel like I just sounded so mean and rude during this. But hey, I'm just giving my honest opinion. I feel bad because some of those shirts really amped me up and I was really looking forward to like a reaction video, and now I feel like it's been like, oh my gosh, it was so negative. I wasn't trying to be negative. I was just trying to look at some witchy t-shirts. I think that's why, like I said before, like I have my own. I'm not linking it in this video, like where to like get my t-shirts, because that's not why I made this video. And that's why I didn't include it in like my witchy t-shirts, because I just genuinely wanted to look at them. But I have very like basic designs like broomsticks or like witches hats on the side of it, kind of like on the pocket, and on the back it just says like, I hope good things happen to you, with a witch's hat on it, because that's my saying. So that's why I made very basic t-shirts, because some people really like to advertise that they're a witch and other people just want to keep it basic, or some people like, you know, they don't really care either way. But I really like having that type of message on the back, you know. I feel like I've seen a lot more that we haven't come across in this video either. Ooh. But anyway, okay, let's move on from that. At this point, I don't have, I normally try to give you a heads up for what the next video is going to be. But with my new work schedule, I have not picked my new video as of yet, because my main focus is getting ready for the paranormal investigation and then trying to do something with my hair because the fadingness is bothering me. I'm getting together my narcissist video because I have an idea on how to present it to you. Because like I said, it is a bigger spell. It's not like complex and like ingredients or like weird incantations or certain times of the day or anything else like that. It's because one, narcissists are a certain type of breed and need to be dealt with a certain type of way. And two, again, this is my personal spell for it. So the way that like I have made this spell, and I love the way that this spell works. It's executed in a very specific way. The main thing that makes it take some time to prepare in the way that I want to do it is because of the execution of it. So I'm trying to, I don't know what these hands are. These are my excited fingers. I'm trying to set something up that way if there is quite a few people in my personal life that want to do this, we could turn it into something for the execution of the spell. I feel weird saying that word after looking at all those shirts now. So I don't think that'll be the next video, but that is in the works. And I'm very excited for that. And I also have a bigger video planned on symbols in witchcraft and the history and folklore. And it is so in depth for everything that I have planned in this video. I feel like I should break it up into different things. But like once you kind of look at everything, you'll realize how connected everything is. I don't know. I'm very excited for that one. I'm very, very excited for like the in-depth learning videos. You know me in the in-depth learning videos. So I don't have an announcement as to what the next video is going to be. I'm sorry, I don't have a heads up to give you time to give you guys an idea for it. So I guess it'll be a surprise. But anyway, thanks for checking out some witchy t-shirts with me. What would you rank them? You know what I mean? I should have made like a little ranking system kind of deal. But, you know, we're looking at multiple different ones, so I can't rank them all 1 through 10. But I hope you're having a good night, day, energy, space, and whatever time it is that you are viewing and watching this video. I was voguing. I don't know why I was voguing. But I really, truly hope that good things happen to you. Bye!